Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at double Shadow Claw on the same team. We got Perrserker and Gengar here. Gengar is going to have the Community Day Shadow Ball move, and we're also going to be pairing it up with Machamp. So it was a very fun team. It is kind of squishy, seeing that Machamp Shadow, Gengar is squishy as in general. Perrserker is not the tankiest around, and the Perrserker is going to be a bit of an XL. Not ideal IVs for what you're going to want to XL for that Pokemon, but whatever, I don't really care. And the IVs on the Gengar are absolutely horrific also. Now, I haven't had my midday coffee yet, so might not be completely on par with the commentary like usual, but I'm probably still going to sound the same to you. All right, so what do we have going on? Some nice lag. Okay, we got to love that lag there. Not able to get to the Shadow Claw. Swapping into a Machamp, we're going to go ahead and bring in ours as well, because we do not want to be out there with the Perrserker Steel type, right? So I found that this team was great. Yeah, there's going to be a few things where we're going to get walled, but that's granted, perfect counters, and maybe they swap to catch a move and all that good stuff. But for the most part, it worked out quite nicely with the two Shadow Claw users here. So going back in with the Perrserker. Now, this thing covers Gengar, and it kind of covers Machamp. As far as the Fairy types, we do resist Fairy, but both of the charge moves on the Perrserker are going to be resisted by Fairy types himself. I usually like to run Iron Head instead of the Foul Play, but wow. Foul Play just came in absolutely clutch. Both of them, close combat too, so I really can't see myself using Iron Head right now, so I'm going to stick to this moveset here. So let's go ahead and get into this. We have a lead of a Hypno. What do I do in this case? We got Machamp that's also going to be weak to it. If we swap into Perrserker, they're going to go into a fighter, whatever. So let's go ahead and go into Perrserker and see what happens here after we did do a decent amount of damage to the Hypno with our Gengar. And they're going to get off a Shadow Ball and swap into Scrafty here. So since the Hypno is kind of low, it's not like Machamp is going to go down in 3 confusions or anything like that. The Gengar is another story that will go down quick. We'll just kind of have to figure this out. So we're going to obviously go in here with Machamp, and we're letting this go through Foul Play or Power Up Punch. It is going to be a Power Up Punch, and we're able to farm them down. Let's see what they want to come back in here with. And you got to work around it, that's for sure. So a Hypno, of course, we're expecting that. So we're just going to go straight for the cross chop here. We're going to shield up. We're going to go ahead and swap back into Gengar. And here is the Focus Blast. We haven't said anything about that. Well, here you go. Here's the introduction. Let's see if we can take them out. Bam, goodbye Galarian Stunfisk. Doing a little bit of extra damage with the Shadow Claws. In comes Machamp and counters down a Hypno. That's how you work around a Confusion lead. There you go. Okay, so let's talk about the moves and step away from the commentary. Oh, but accidentally picked my old team. Let's just see what happens. So perfect time to talk about this. So we do have a fighting move on all 3. Gengar, Machamp, of course, and then Perrserker. Yeah, it just worked out that way, as well as 2 Shadow Claws. It's just going to be a fun team to use. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So we have the face-off up against a Heracross, which is soon going to be shiny and not regional. It is going to revert back to its region after the event is over, but you're going to be able to get that. So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. And we're up against a Gengar here, so the lead up against Heracross was kind of more on my end because we do have Sludge Bomb, and both of the charge moves are not going to be very effective. Going straight for the Earthquake and taking out the Gengar. This was the team I used yesterday. If you did miss that video, just go ahead and take a look back a few videos, and you'll be able to see it. It was going to be paired up with that Giratina into the next battle here. Let's see what we're going to lead with the Gengar for the entire time we're met with a Dragonite. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Perrserker. Machamp is not going to have the best time up against Dragonite, but if we get a Rock Slide through, that's going to do a lot of damage. Seeing that we're resisting the Dragon moves, I decided to just go in here. So they're going to be swapping, and we're going to get off that Foul Play onto a Gardevoir. So it is using Charm, and we also resist it yet again. So, very nice. Good situation to be in here. Super effective with the Shadow Claw. Let's go ahead and take that Gardevoir out of here before Machamp gets into battle. This is just perfect, as a matter of fact. Everything just lined up nice. So now we're going to go ahead and swap into the Gengar here. We're going to shield this up and start putting on pressure. And if anything, we should be able to counter down. If they let this go, I think, let's see how this works out. All right, they're shielding it up using their last shield here. And the Dragonite's low enough for us to not worry. But Focus Blast again, folks. Do you want to see it? Give it a thumbs up if you love these Focus Blast one-shots. Is it? Let's go. Oh my god. Let's get it. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and throw in the Machamp and counter down the Dragonite. No problem. All right. Focus Blast is amazing. Into the next battle, we have another Confusion user. What do I do? Let's figure it out. Let's see what happens here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Claw, putting on the pressure. Don't really want to stay in here too long. As a matter of fact, to swap into Perrserker. That's kind of the strategy that I have going on here. we'll just work around counters. Sometimes you just get countered all the way through. And they're going into a Snorlax here, so instantly thinking what I can do is just going to go straight for the close combats here. After this, we should be able to go in and farm down a bit with Machamp, and then either bait for a shield or just go straight for the rock slide, or maybe they'll be low enough to just go for the cross chop and take them out. We'll have to see here. So going for the second one, it doesn't really look like they're going to be able to lick us down even with the defense drop. No, we're going to be able to. For some reason, we go for a foul play. We had a close combat ready. Who knows? Well, I'll tell you, we wanted to get a little bit of extra farm there. I have everything planned out perfectly. Okay, just joking. It was an accident. So we go in here and we're going to go straight for the rock slide because we're in the clear to do this. There's no more shields, and they have a Dragonite in the back. Unfortunately, not getting to the charge move here, and I don't think we're going to be able to pull this one off. If we had Shadow Ball, yes, but it's just going to be a little bit too close. Obviously, we're not going to go Focus Blast here. So I think I may try to catch. I don't know. I try to put up a fight to the bitter end here, and we throw and do catch. I mean, I think they just threw anyways. Who knows? Maybe we caught it, but it doesn't matter because they win. And good game. It was close. Putting up a good fight there. On to our next opponent. We're going to be met with a Surf Fetched. And, well, Night Slash is going to hurt us. Gengar Squishy. We already know this. Counter is absolutely going to be doing really no damage to us. And we're shielding up that first Night Slash here, building up a little bit of extra energy, making them think we're going for a Shadow Ball. Maybe we can get a shield here. They're letting it go. And I'm thinking, all right, well, we can't farm down. They're going to get to another Night Slash, and then they're going to, we're going to have to shield it up at that point, or I can let it go, and then we just wasted a Pokemon and a shield. So they bring in Giratina, and, well, this is good. We have Perrserker to handle this situation right here. So we're getting a shield out of them. Great. And lag, here you go. Wow, you gotta love it. Do you think I could have got to that Shadow Claw before they got to that? We'll give it the game the benefit of the doubt. It's still annoying, right? Still annoying. And I know you all are experiencing this. It's the servers, right? So we're gonna go ahead and bring in the Perrserker here because, well, Machamp, obviously not. We're gaining a little bit of extra energy, getting ready for the next Pokemon. Gonna go ahead and throw that foul play. Down goes their Giratina, and in comes a Muck. So regular Muck, just poison. So we're just gonna go straight for the foul play here, neutral damage. And we're swapping it to our Machamp. Now, this is not very effective, but it's going to start absorbing the energy that's built up. Machamp has done his job at this point. This is the last Pokemon. We're going to be able to get to the Rock Slide. Perrserker is going to be able to go in here. Not very effective damage from the Poison Jab. I mean, it's so low, it doesn't really matter anymore. Shadow Claw's neutral damage. This is in the bag. Thunder Punch. And Perrserker, we have no shields, but we're able to get to that foul play, taking the win. It does have Dark Pulse, which, let's see our health. I don't know if it would have taken us out. I think we would have still survived. But yeah, good game. Perrserker putting in that work. So is Gengar and Machamp, all of them. And we're met with a Nidoqueen here. You know, this is actually fine. This is actually fine. If they build up to, say, an Earth Power, that's going to easily one-shot you. But if they keep baiting you and you call it, well, it's going to be a good day for you. And we're going to go ahead and throw the Shadow Punch here. And we're going to be getting a shield. Okie dokie. So at this point, I don't know if they're going to bait. So, it's better to just use the shield since they've used one as well. And at this point, this is not going to be an Earth Power. So we're going to absolutely let this Poison Fang go through. They're going to be swapping into a Drapion. Didn't instantly swap because I had to think for just a second, do I want to go Perrserker or do I want to go Machamp? We're just going to go with Machamp. That Aqua Tail really doesn't do too much. So I think we're going to be looking okay to let the next one go through and hold on to our last shield, which is going to be very valuable after this here. So Aqua Tail. And at this point, can we farm down? Unfortunately not. So we are going to let it go. We want to hold on to that shield. Drapion is almost out of here. We can go and farm down with Shadow Claw into this Dark type. That's going to be a good amount of energy. They don't want that. They swap into their Nidoqueen instantly. Going to go ahead and go for that Shadow Punch. Keep wanting to call it Shadow Ball or Shadow Claw. Shadow Punch. All right. Going for another one here, putting on the pressure that we got the shield out of them. Something back there that really does not want to see Gengar. What is it going to be? It's a Mewtwo. Okay, well, I mean, it's Confusion would take us out, but I guess you can fear a Shadow Ball. So we're bringing in Perrserker, again, covering the weakness of Machamp and Gengar here with the Shadow Claw and Foul Play up against the Psychic type. Just a perfect combination here. Absolutely shielding that up. They're swapping to maybe try to catch, but we're not going to do that. We just farm down. And then they do back out. We take the win. Let's move it on to our next opponent, folks. What are we going to be seeing here? It's going to be a Galvantula. Now, if they go for lunch, not very effective. If you do call that, again, you're going to be putting a smile on your face for sure, like that Gengar you can see on the screen here. All right, so we're going to go for our first Shadow Punch. We're not going to waste any time so they can debuff us and kind of push some pressure on for them to use their shield. So we did shield up the lunge. It is what it is. Swapping into our Perrserker here. We're going to let this go through. Lunge is not very effective. Still going to effectively lower our attack. Doesn't matter what type you are. And we're going to go ahead and get off this foul play to put on more pressure for that Galvantula, which the Machamp really doesn't want to see if it doesn't have energy. All right, now I know this is kind of an odd play here. So what we're going to do is just let this go. But we're actually able to get to a charge move. I thought it might take us out. It might be a discharge at that point, but we're surviving, and I'm thinking, sweet, now we're going to win swap. It's a Abomasnow, so you already know. We're going to go in here with Machamp. We do have one shield left. They're going to be instantly swapping into their Gardevoir, and here goes the Gengar. It's taking so much damage from Confusion. It does not have Charm. It is Confusion, but we're getting the Shadow Punch through and then Shadow Clawing down for a double KO. Coming back in here with Machamp, we're going to simply build up to the Rock Slide and take out that Abomasnow. Could have went with the Cross Chop. Just wanted to make doubly sure this thing was going to get KO'd right here and not mess around and do any nonsense. So taking the win with the Machamp. Always a solid pick. That Shadow Machamp damage is ridiculous. On to our next opponent. We have another horrible lead. I mean, if you're thinking, well, yeah, you know, you're Gengar, you're super effective. Yeah, but look at the damage with the quick move Confusion. It's just absolutely dominating us. And they called the Shadow Punch, so good on them. So we're going to go ahead and swap into Perrserker here. Dynamic Punch? Yeah, definitely going to be shielding that up. I have taken it once. It does a lot of damage. I mean, it's not going to one-shot you, but it's doing a lot of damage, and I want to stay comfortable here. So we're, I was going to say almost able to farm down, but not. Another Dynamic Punch, and at this point, we're going to have to double shield. It's just going to have to go down with the ship with this Perrserker here because I just feel like we need it. So we're going to go ahead and go for the close combat, getting a shield, able to get to another one here. And shields are down. This is still going to do a lot of damage. All right. Swapping into our Gengar. Why? So we can preserve the Perrserker. Again, I don't know why. I just wanted to hold on to it in case we needed it for the back. And we're going to go ahead and just put on a little bit of damage here, whatever. And I do believe go in here with Machamp and farm down as quickly as we can. They're going to be able to get off a Body Slam or they're going to be swapping into their Giratina. This is not the best situation around. And the Snorlax has energy. I do believe they're going to be going for a superpower later, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So, this sucks. Ominous win. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and swap into our Perrserker here and get to the foul play, which I couldn't believe actually took place there. I swear they were going to get to an Ominous Wind. So we're taking them out. Sounds good. In comes Snorlax. What's going to happen here? They're going to go... Oh, okay. I get what's going to happen. They're going to take us out. We go in with our Machamp, and then we counter down. All right. We countered down an Armor Mewtwo with Shadow Machamp. Did you see that? Let's go. All right. This is crazy. This team was really fun. So on to the next one here. Horrible lead yet again. Gotta love these bad leads, and I'm not being sarcastic. It's going to be good gameplay for you guys. So we're going to... I don't know what we're going to do. Build up to a Focus Blast and hope they let it go through. Can we land another one? I don't think so. I think they know what's up here. Yep. I'm not going to let that take place right now. Not today, Poke. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Perrserker here. They're going for an Earthquake. I felt pretty nice about shielding that one up. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Close Combat here. It's not going to KO because, well, Snorlax is just a tank. The Shadow Claws are not doing much damage, so we're going to have to get to another charge move. But they're bringing in the Abomasnow. We do resist all the moves, so we're absolutely going to let this go through. Despite lowering the defense, we're still able to take that pretty nicely. And this is going to do a lot of damage to it if they let it go. They don't. No more shields left. Now, I don't think this KOs. We're not going to shield. It doesn't. Well, wait, never mind. It does. Barely there. So obviously just Machamp, farm up here, getting to the cross chop, but I don't throw it because what I want to do is just farm this thing all the way down. Let's just see if we can do it. They're going to swap into Snorlax. Unfortunately, now this is going to be the superpower I was thinking of in the back of my mind for the other battle. Farming that down. All right, show me something in the back that we're going to be able to just take out. I swap into Gengar to just... I don't know, man. Oh, this whole team was... Okay, this is the one that was all weak to fighting. So it's a Regice. We go bring in our Gengar, get off a Focus Blast, and take the win. That was incredible. So we did have a bad lead, so it's not like, oh, they're just weak to all fighting. But, you know, they had a good start. Into the next battle. Now, finally, a good lead up against Machamp. They're swapping into Mewtwo, and we're going to go right into Perrserker. Now you can see how we can, you know, swap in with our safe swaps here for the different kind of counters that we need. So this is a perfect situation. Dynamic Punch, I think we are going to go ahead and shield this up. Some people like to bait with the Scythe Strike, takes less energy. We're going to go ahead and farm the rest of the way down. We need to make up for that shield usage and kind of put on the pressure with our own energy. Bringing in a Machamp, we're not going to go for the close combat, and go figure they're not going to shield. Of course, every time they shield up when I go up against a Machamp, but the one time I didn't, they didn't. Okay, that's, you know, good call. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Machamp and start building up energy here. And let's see if they want to use that last shield. Okay, they do. And what are we going to do? I think we let this go. Yeah. So we're doing quite a bit of damage as a shadow, but they're going to be able to outpace us here. They are shieldless. They have a bit of energy. I think we want to go in here with the Gengar and start farming up. But they instantly swap into their Licky Licky. So it looks like I was trying to farm down with the Perrserker. Great. This is super effective right here. Gengar's going to be taking super effective damage from the Lick. But I do believe we're going to be able to pull this one off here. So we are going to shield this up because we do want to get to another close combat. We go for foul play. Why do I keep doing that? I mean, I had the energy to do it. Okay, swapping into Gengar to absorb the body slam. So we're leaving ourselves a little bit of farm room here. Not like we needed it because what the Machamp is pretty low, right? Yeah, I mean, what, like 2 Shadow Claws? So we go for the Shadow Punch, take the win here. Looking good. All right, what are we going to get? Bad lead, good lead? Let's see what we have. It is going to be a good lead. All right, fantastic. Another Machamp. Swapping into Excadrill, and now it's Machamp's turn to be the safe swap. So if you're wondering, well, what's the, defined safe swap? More Perrserker, for sure, but it really depends on what they go into. You got that nice lag. Did you see that? I hate it. And I don't, hate's the wrong word. I don't hate things, but it's so annoying. You can't stand that. So they're bringing in a Galvantula here, and we're going to go ahead and bring in Perrserker and have a little fun with this spider. All right, so we can let the charge move go through, even if it's discharged, no problem. Although the volt switches are starting to add up. If they do shield this up, well, then they can start farming it. Yeah, here we go with that. See, that's why it's almost safer to shield up the first move sometimes, because if they see you let it go through, then they're going to shield in return, hold on to that health, and just farm you down and have energy for the next Pokemon here. So bringing in the Gengar, going to go ahead and shield this up. It is a lunge, unfortunately, but you can't call it all. But now I do believe we are going to call this and let it go. Yep, perfect. Not very effective. They go in with the Machamp, and we're going to go for the Focus Blast here because, well, it's just going to be doing more damage, and we're locked in here. Might as well just go for the bigger move, and simple as that. So what do we get? This is going to be a close one. They're going Cross Chop, and we're using our last shield. I just probably could have let that go through, right? But what, our other Pokemon is almost dead. So, I mean, it's only the only option I think we really had here. Bringing back in Gengar, they're going to be getting to a charge move. Unfortunately, I feel like I did that a little sloppy at the end, but maybe that was my only option. So good game to my opponent. Moving on to our next one here, we're going to be met with another Machamp. Let's go. There's a reason why that's happening, folks. If you remember what I've talked about in the past, and it's not like just the algorithm, it's the way you put your Pokemon. So up against a Gengar here, they did swap into that. We're going to be going with the Perrserker, looking pretty good with the foul play, taking them down. Nobody used to shield, so everything's looking perfect. They're going to come back in here with Machamp and farm us down. And we're not able to get to any charge moves, which is perfectly fine. Going to go ahead and bring in Gengar, but now we need to look out for Rock Slide, which is going to do a lot of damage. Well, it's going to KO us at this range here. So we're going to go ahead and, I think we call this, yeah, Cross Chop. Man, that feels good. Let's go. They're swapping into a Snorlax, and everything's just smooth as butter right now while we go into our Machamp with 2 shields left. I'm going to go ahead and go for our first Cross Chop. And we're going to do something a little crazy. We're going to just let this go through. I mean, Superpower's not going to KO. We're going to be perfectly fine. And we're going to be able to counter them down. Holding on to 2 shields here. The Gengar is very low. But the reason why I'm holding on to 2 shields is because the Machamp has energy. Counter is resisted so massively by the Gengar. We don't have to worry about that. So bringing in the Gengar here. And we're simply going to just shield this up. And get to our Shadow Punch. But they contest. We take the win. Gengar at the end looking good. Alrighty. Up against our next opponent here, folks. What is it going to be? We are met with a horrible lead. Scrafty. So this is horrible. We are going to have to hold our ground and just go for Focus Blast. Because if we do swap, I mean, Machamp is the only thing. They have a counter to that in the back. You guarantee that. We survive with 1 health. Getting off a Focus Blast, will they let it go through? They do not. They shield it up. So now we can go in with Machamp because now we're not going to lock ourselves. But they're going to swap, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Perrserker. We're still not in a good position here. Sure, we're up a shield. Not going to give up. But let's see what they have going on here. So they're letting that go through, holding on to that last shield. And this is going to be an Octazooka. Let's just hope we don't get the debuff. And no, it did not take place. Fantastic. I don't think it did, right? I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse again. Or Foul Play, sorry. And what do they want to come back in here? I'm sure Scrafty. Yeah, exactly. Farm us down. Machamp is going to be ready to go. Do we call this? It's going to be a Power Punch or a Foul Play. I'm going to call it. It is a Power Punch. It's a Shadow Machamp, so I'm being pretty risky here, holding on to any of, letting any charge move go through with a whole Pokemon in the back. And it is a Roserade. So we're going to just go straight for the Rock Slide. Hopefully they think I'm going to bait them. If we land this, it's pretty much a GG's. All right, beautiful. And we counter down. Scrafty doesn't really stand a chance anymore. They don't have like 100 energy built up. They're going to be able to get to a Power Punch and then try to counter us down at that point. I'm going to shield this up regardless if it's a Foul Play or a Power Punch, and it's a Power Punch. We're getting to another Cross Chop and taking the win up against that Scrafty. So bad lead, still winning. Gotta love this team. Really holds up quite nicely. Alrighty, moving on to the next opponent here. We're going to be with a Chandeleur. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Nice and spicy. So those Incinerates are absolutely digging in, and they are very clutch with their swap. Swapping and catching the Shadow Punch with their Snorlax, not very effective. I would clap for you, but I'm holding my phone right now. So we're going to be going into our Machamp. Going to go straight for the Cross Chop. No time to do anything. I'm just going to take them out before they get off any charge move. So beautiful. They're going to come back with Chandelure. There's no doubt about that. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I stand corrected. Mewtwo. Even better. Perrserker is lying in wait for this one. Incinerates are going to hurt, but as soon as they swap, we'll bring in that Gengar. Looking pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and wait for the clock. Bring in the Perrserker here. We still need to look out for the Dynamic Punch, but we're going to be getting to this before they throw anything. But it doesn't really matter. They're building up quite a bit of energy over there. And do we call the Psy Strike? I think we're going to call it. Yep, beautiful. That's a great call. We needed that right there. Swapping into our Gengar and easily shielding this up. No problem. We're about to take the W here, so we're going to be able to farm them down. Mewtwo's going to come back in. We're going to be getting off the Shadow Punch. They're going to farm us down here. Well, let's see. Yeah, easily farming us down. Perrserker's going to come in and finish the job. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Turn notifications on, folks. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care, trainers.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!